Hey there, welcome to the Funny Farm. I'm going to show you what a squirrel looks like in your garden. I filled these totes the other day. I didn't plant anything in them yet because the squirrel keeps digging up everything I plant. So I had put tulle over some stuff and the squirrel left that alone. Got some cherry tomatoes in here. And I left this unplanted just to see what the squirrel would do without cover. And he left this one alone. Dug a huge hole in my carrots. I'm going to have to replant some of those. But this is what he did to the other one, which looked like the first one. You can see we were digging to China in there, making a huge mess. When it's a chipmunk, you get a little hole like that big around where they dig in. When it's a squirrel, you get this mess destruction. Also put some cedar mulch over some of these potato pots that the squirrel keeps digging in. Put one of my rusty garden dahlias in front of each one of these raised beds for a little pop of color. And the squirrel left these alone. I did go ahead and throw a few more potatoes in here because I'm not sure how many the squirrel dug out. This stuff right here covered in tulle, squirrel also left alone. And it's kept them out of our newly planted peppers and eggplants. So they say they don't like the feel of the tulle on the feet. I figured I'd try the cedar mulch because it's supposed to be like antifungal. So it will help with splashback on the tomatoes so they don't get fungal diseases. And I thought it might keep the chipmunk out. Or chipmunk, the squirrel. Also tried some lighter aspen shavings in this little bed. But he immediately dug a hole in this one and there were onions laying on top when I got up this morning. So I went to Walmart today and got a bunch more tulle. And I'm going to cover this totes area of the garden as I plant stuff in here. Planted out today this delicata squash. Going to use the greenhouse frame like last year for it to climb on. Got some onions, a little bit of lettuce, and some spinach still in here, but all that stuff will be done by the time this takes over the bed. Put a few Peter Pan squash in this tote. Some yellow straight neck in here. Fully plan for these to expand out over the aisle. Oh, that's the cherry tomatoes again. Some cucumbers from Allie. Chinese red giant and a few more bell peppers. Some cocozelle squash. And we planted some more peppers over here, so a few habaneros, some big Jim chilies, and my super chili hybrids from Allie. And we'll cover it all with this. It's on squirrel. Next project is going to be to put in my big tomatoes. These cherry tomatoes, I've got a few of the honey yellows that survived the aphids. I've got, I bought one sun sugar and a pot with a couple of black cherries. I've got my yellow pear from Allie. And then you see those little tiny pots over there and those little tiny starts. I'm not giving up. Cherry tomatoes are fast. I planted a few more. And then there's a jelly bean hybrid that survived. I planted my first slips from the orange sweet potato we bought from the grocery store that we grew slips from. And I'm about to plant some slips I got off the purple Murasaki sweet potato I bought at the Asian market. And my ginger from the Asian market is also starting to sprout. Also put some of the dragon fruit seeds in this little pot that I bought from the Asian market, and we have dragon fruit plants starting to come up. And we got her all covered. Sad story. So last night when I came home from work late to let the dogs out, I hear ferocious barking, and I go outside and my rat terrier, my Jack Russell, and my beagle. I have to get a piece for that one. I missed that one. my Jack Russell and my Beagle were tearing apart a possum. And I was kind of feeling sorry for the possum last night. And then this morning when I got up and checked, there is a baby Moran chicken. One of the teenage chickens is missing. So now I don't feel too bad for that possum anymore. If that squirrel doesn't watch out, it may go the way of the possum. I'm just saying. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good boy. Buddy's a good boy. You're a good boy, buddy. Copper, you're a good boy too. Good job.